This is Prairie Farm Michigan by TaylorFarms. It's 200.64 megabytes to download. Description is a little bit long. I'll pick a few little bits out here and there. The top there, it says, "Welcome to Prairie Farm Michigan. The map represents 1/3 of a real-life location in Michigan. The map terrain closely matches this location as well as the field layouts and ditches. There's 18 fields on the map. There's one main farm along with other buyable areas with buildings you can use, but you must own the land before you can use or sell the buildings. There is collectibles on here. There's 100 wooden toys, 5 sugar beets, 5 little Massey Ferguson tractors, and one special collectible even to be found. There's 3 sell points. There is no production buildings, but there's plenty of room for you to place them. No forest areas, however you can plant your own trees if you want. There is also a wood sell point on the map, so it's nice that they've added that already. There is a custom growth calendar, and the relight environment lighting by such sneak has been implemented. Alfalfa has been added as a crop and integrated with animals. We'll take a look at that. There is a custom soil map for precision farming, which is nice. There's a bit there about the sugar beet piler factory, which did cause a little bit of confusion with Taylor Farms' previous map, which was Michigan Farms map. We'll talk about that when we get to that on the tour. And then it says net wrap with American flag for round bales of straw grass hay and alfalfa hay. Basically that will wrap the bales for you with an American flag on it, which is pretty cool. And then soybeans on rows and some crop textures altered for more realistic look. It says enjoy the map and have fun. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes, and this is the map. So as you can see, some huge fields on here, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of places to visit. Like it says, there's only 3 sale points, but we will check them out. We are actually down here, which is your starting farm in new farmer mode. So in new farmer mode, which I am obviously in, we start off with that. So they are 3 separate plots. So we've got 19, which is the main farm. That is valued at 46,416. We do own this shed across the road, a little bit further down the road. That has got a value of 13,848. And then this massive plot. Now that is worth a whopping 1.1 million, just over. But if we click back off there, as you can see, that is currently split up into 3 sections. So we've got soybeans growing down the bottom, we've got wheat, and we've got corn up the top there. So that's pretty good that that's been done. And obviously if you want to, you can turn that into one huge field. So that's nice. In terms of the other fields, they are a little bit pricey, which you can imagine, but they are huge. 1.3 million for this guy, 1.2, just over a million. We do have a few cheaper ones, 297, 10, 146, 600. Yeah, so they are a little bit pricey. There's a little grass area up here which we will visit. That's only 16,000, which is pretty good. And then there's one other farm up here which has got 3 sheds on. We'll check that out. 22 grand, just over. And then there's also a tiny little shed down here, and that is valued at just over 3 grand. Apart from that, there's a little grass area there as well, 21 grand. Apart from that, that is all you can buy, just the fields and those plots. All these areas like here, and there's little houses on some of the roads. There's also a house opposite this barn here. Cannot buy those, so just something to note there. I think that's all I need to tell you there. Crop types, if we go across one, you can see we've got alfalfa on the list. There isn't any growing. Oh yes, there is. Good, that's nice. There wasn't earlier when I checked. So field 3 and 15 currently has alfalfa in. That's pretty cool. Nice. Right, oh, let's get back off that. Let's go this way for starters. We'll show you all this, and then we'll go through the slot counts and things like that. I feel a little bit rusty doing this. It's been quite a while. I think this is the first map for console since the Christmas break. Anyway, collectibles on this page, 111. I mentioned that earlier. There is no productions on here, like it says. There is contracts available, and as you can see, you're going to earn some pretty good money from some of these fields. They are huge. No animal pens on the map at all at the minute, but plenty of scope and room to put them down. Keep going up to the prices, scroll all the way down to the bottom. We will see alfalfa and alfalfa hay. So basically it is a grass type, so alfalfa is just going to be like cutting your normal grass, and then you can also ted it and turn it into hay, which is nice. And then scroll up, we've got our custom crop calendar there, which is good. Again, if we scroll down at the bottom, we've got alfalfa added in, which is pretty good. And that is that bit, I think. So yeah, just a couple of sale points here. These are the sugar beet pilers. They do act as sort of productions. I will talk about them a bit more when we get down there. But if you have played Michigan Farms map, you'll know exactly what's going on there. And then we've got a shop there. That's about it really. An animal dealer just up here. So it shouldn't take us too long to get round. Right, let's go through slot counts. So in new farmer mode, we start off with quite a bit of equipment, and the slot count is 887. So small tractors, we've got a John Deere 6110M, Massey Ferguson 3709AL. Two nice large tractors, we've got a John Deere 8R280 and a John Deere 9420R. Mack Superliner 6x4 truck, nice case harvester. We got a pickup, 2017 Lizard one, a John Deere sort of Gator trailer. We've only got the one, that's the Load King. We've got a header for your harvester, that's the Draper one, so you can tow that along. That's just pretty cool. We do have a corn header as well. Tiny little plough. That probably will need to be swapped out. 1.2 meters wide. That is going to take forever. Two cultivators. Kind of got like a little and large theme going on now with some of the equipment. So we've got a huge cultivator there, and then a 3-meter one. Disc harrow's pretty good one, but with the seeders we've got a large Amazon Citum one, and then the 3-meter Nordstein, and then the same with the planters. We've got the John Deere huge fella, and then the Agromash 3-meter one. Spraying setup, so we've got the tank and the additional tank as well. Fertilizer spreaders, we've got this Amazon one. That will only do solid fertilizer, so if you're doing lime, you're going to need to get yourself one of those. And then we do have a header trailer, which is going to be for your corn header. Now, if you want to sell all that equipment off, you can get the slot count down to 630, but obviously there is potential to get it down even further by selling off the buildings, but obviously be aware you will need to own the land to be able to sell them buildings and use those buildings. Now, if you come on here in Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't start off with anything, no land or equipment, and the slot count is 620. Right, I think that's that bit. Mods, there is a couple we have got in sheds, as you can see pretty much in front of us. All these nice red sheds, which is part of the map, which is cool. And like I said earlier, if you've played Michigan farm maps, you'll know exactly what's sort of coming up in terms of mods, because I think it is pretty much the same. And then if we scroll across to farmhouses, we've got that fella, which is just here. We'll have a look at that in a second. If we go back up to productions and factories to the end, we've got that sugar beet piler, which is an absolute beast. So that is a production chain, like I said, like so. 15 grand a buy. Again, we'll look at them in a bit more detail in a second. And then if we go into animals, I just wanted to show you as an example, because there is obviously no pens here. If we look over to the right at the animal feed there, in between the hay and grass symbols, we do have the alfalfa hay. So any animals that take that sort of thing, the horses will take hay as alfalfa, and then sheep as well. So they will take those that product, alfalfa hay, which is cool. Oh, I need to stay up into that menu. Sorry, like I say, feel a little bit rusty doing this. We need to go now to the painting textures. We do have a few different ones: animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry patchy grass, dry grass, gravel, gravel dirt, gravel dust, gravel moss, pathway gravel, riverbed, wet mud. That's it. And then if we go across the plants, we've got some additional plants, which is pretty cool. We go right to the end, we've got dry grass, but we've got meadows, weeds and all sorts in here. So that's pretty smart, nice addition. Right, that is it. Let's get touring round. So farmhouse here, sleep trigger is on the front porch. Round to the side just there, you can see we've got a wardrobe function. There is our pickup. We'll do a tour of the sheds and things like that. So all these doors you can open, but if you start off and you don't own any of the land, so farm manager start from scratch, because you don't own this plot of land, you will not be able to get in here. So nice big sheds. I'm just going to turn on the mini map. You can turn the lights on and off. Circle for me, I'm on PlayStation, so anywhere you stand, which is nice. We can open these. Got another one over here which opens up. I do love these doors that fold up and over. So this is our workshop, so pull in here, we've got our workshop trigger, which is nice. You can go up there, but it's not really worth doing anything. Now this has got lights in, but it's a little bit fiddly. I found it just literally go inside this little room. There we go. Bit random, but there we go. Nice. And then we've got this fella over here, which is another huge shed or barn with a lot of equipment in. Now there is a little bit sort of a, it's not really a hayloft. I don't think you're going to be able to squeeze anything up there, if I'm honest, but there you go. That is that shed. This one doesn't have lights. I couldn't at least see any or find any switches or anything like that. So that is our farm basically, which is pretty cool. I'll quickly run over here because I'll show you this field we own, which has been divided up. So this is the soybeans, where you can see they're all in nice rows now, which is pretty cool. I like that. A little bit like the corn sort of thing. So if we go up into landscape, and you'll also be able to see how huge these fields are, and then you can see the split there. Oh, we do have a ditch in the middle here, so that's probably why that has been divided up. Actually, didn't notice that earlier. But we've got the wheat there, and I think that was corn, wasn't it? Yeah. If I spin round, look at the size of that soybean field. Well, you could still go up and make that all one big field. You just have a ditch in the middle there. You can navigate round. That's pretty awesome. Huge field. A lot of money to be made there. Right, let's grab the pickup and get the show on the road. It literally is mainly going to be me at the start there than me driving around the map, because like I say, there's not a lot to see and take in. Just here we've got the shop opposite. That is our workshop trigger just there. We do have our shop menu just there. If you look up there, look, there is one of the little Massey Ferguson tractors. That's pretty awesome. And your reset point, or if you buy lease anything, is roughly in here, but it's such a huge area, which is nice. Right, we will head on down here. I do like the yellow road markings though, that's pretty nice. So here is these houses that I showed you. They're obviously just decorative. You can't buy the land, so you wouldn't be able to chuck a sleep trigger down. And there is a track that runs all the way down the back there, which is nice. Right, first port of call is the farmers market. So we've got two separate ones for your grain types and your pallets and things. And then if we go around the back, we've got this wood sale point, which is nice. Like I say, pretty cool that they added that. At least it does give you the chance to sell wood if you wanted to. And then heading out of there and in here, this is the sugar beet piler area. There's only two. I'm pretty sure there was three on the other map, but this is them. The sugar beet piles at the end are just purely decorative. Basically, if you do just want to use it as sell point, just come here and sell it. They will travel up there and then go all the way to the end and fall out like that, as if they're going into that pile, but it's just decorative. But if you want excuse me, if you want to buy it or place one down, 15 grand it's going to cost you, so I will buy that. And now I click on that, that does appear now in our production chains. So 10,000 sugar beets in, you'll get, says you get 10,000 out. Basically that means you will get paid for 10,000, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then you've got the tear dirt. Now with the tear dirt, you can't sell it or anything like that, but if you pull up under here when some is ready, which is pretty instant when you do it, pull up under here, it will load you up automatically. And basically this has been done to add a bit of realism. So you take the tear dirt, you can't sell it anywhere, you'll take it out to one of your fields and tip it up, and then you can start leveling it up or cultivate it. And as you do that with anything like that, a cultivator or a plough, it will disappear. So it's just for a bit of fun for people that want to play a bit more realistic, which is pretty awesome. And the sugar beets, it says in the description, you will get paid out on the hour every hour, which is pretty good. So that is how you will earn money for your sugar beets. Right, let's move out of there. Just developed a really tickly throat. I do apologise if I start coughing. Hopefully I won't. Right, round the back here we do have another sell point, and this is Grain Silo South. And then moving on from there, as you can see, look at the size of some of these fields. What I do like is you can see the buildings in the distance. So there is that lone shed over there which you can buy, and you can also see right at the top of the map the sort of second farm, so to speak. So we'll cut down here. Now the shed on the right hand side here, that is ours. We do start off owning that in new farmer mode, so we should be able to open the doors. Happy days. Lots of big equipment in here. Do have the lights again, stand anywhere you like and turn them on and off, which is nice. Jump in there and move on. We're heading to the little shed up there. So as you can see, the ditches there on our right hand side, which is pretty cool. But look at these fields. So yeah, farmhouse, just decorative again. Bit of a shame you can't buy it, because you could pretend that you own that and this is your shed. Start off small, we'll turn around ready. Right, we do not own this plot, so I cannot open any of these doors, even the small doors, the side doors, cannot open them at all. So if we quickly go to this and buy that, because it's only 3 grand, should be able to open these sheds now. Awesome. So there you go. I think the lights, where was it? I think you need to be about, there we go. This one does have a bit of racking in, which is nice, could come in handy. They do have these sort of light, not lights, what am I thinking, skylights kind of thing in the roof, so it might not be too dark if you're going something like that, but it does have lights, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyway, let's move on up here. This is a little bit of a drive. That is humongous. That is where that one ends. We do have tracks, look, going across them. There is a few little trees here and there on the map, so whoa, steady on. So if you did want to cut some down just over there on the left, in between those fields, at least you do have somewhere to sell the wood. Now, got another main road. We do get traffic coming along here. Hopefully we won't have any incidents. No, nice and clear. There is a few cars coming towards us. And this is the other main farm area. Again, exactly same idea. We will not be able to open up these sheds. Just jump out. It is pretty much the 3 sheds we've got on our starting farm. I mean, this is the workshop. You can't even see the workshop trigger at the minute because obviously we don't own it. Cannot open none of the sheds. Oh, nearly went inside that. So let me just show you what we did, shall I, first? Main farm, across the road to the shop. We went all the way down to the farmer's market and the wood sale point. Come out in there, sugar beet pilers, up and around there. That was grain silos south, all the way up across into our second sort of barn. Across here to this little barn, all the way up. And then we are now here, and we are literally going to go straight across there to the animal dealer, and that will be it. But let's buy that again because it's not too expensive and we can afford it. Now we should be able to open that, and the icon is just there for the workshop trigger. Happy days. So now we can sell those sheds off if we wanted to, and also use them. I'll let you go past me, you're going too fast. Right, all the way down to the end here to the animal dealer, which also does have a sell point where you can sell your bales or loose hay, grass, straw, alfalfa, etc. Someone hasn't done any weeding in that field, which is a bit of a shame. I'll just nip across here because this is that little grass area that I showed you earlier. Pretty cheap. And we'll stop here. So pretty open animal dealer. Just here is our dialogue box. Obviously there's no pastures or barns on the map. And then just to the right we've got the sell point, which is cool. So there you go. That's it, guys. That is Prairie Farm Michigan by TaylorFarms. I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider doing so, and don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.